Well, I have to share with you that this cancer journey has not all been fun and games. Not by a long shot. No, there have been some pretty horrifying, terrifying, awful moments. And I guess one of them was just after I had my mastectomy. Mastectomy, that's when you have one breast removed. Double mastectomy, that's when you have two breasts removed. You know, we hear these words all the time, but we never really know what they mean until it happens to us or to someone close to us. Yeah, I went in for my operation. You know, the operation is only 1 hour long. Your body, believe me, knows that it is a big deal, but that's another whole story. I went in at noon and I was out at 3. And you know, I was lying on the table as I was coming out of the anesthetic, and I looked up at the anesthesiologist and I said, "Do you still find me attractive?" Well, even upside down, I could see a lot of consternation on his face. But he was a sweetie, and he said, "You know, I find you just as attractive as I did an hour ago when I met you in the pre-op room." Well, you know, that's what we're all worried about, eh? And that's how you feel, like, am I going to be attractive still with only one breast? I mean, when I got home and we took off the bandage and I looked in the mirror, it is very difficult to describe how I felt. It's like you look in that mirror and for years you've been looking and there's been 2 breasts and now there is just one. And I'm going like, whose body is this? Who am I? Who am I now that I am no longer who I was before? And will people still find me attractive? Will they still want to know me? It's just a really sad and shocking time. And one day in particular, I was feeling very sad and I was crying. Crying is good. Crying is healing. And I phoned a girlfriend of mine and I left a message. And she phoned me back and she left this message. She said, "You are so beautiful. You are just as beautiful now as ever. Maybe even more so because of all you're doing and all you're going through. And you know those older ladies with lines on their faces? They don't look bad. They look interesting and beautiful. And each one of those lines is part of their story. And now this is part of your story." Well, I don't think I'd be here tonight if it wasn't for my friends and for all the amazing healing community of Whitehorse. Well, then a little later on, another friend of mine came over, and she's a singer-songwriter and very good with words and kind of honest to the point of nausea. And when she was finally ready to see my new body, she looked at it and she said, "Well, Sharon, it's not grotesque." Well, I thought that was a great comment because it told me that she thought it was going to be grotesque, and it wasn't, and it isn't. So it took me quite a few months before I started to feel okay in my new body. And actually now it's kind of lately come to the point where I'm kind of grooving on my new body. I mean, on this side, I'm a crone. You know, they're a little lower than they used to be in your 60s, right? And on this side, without the falsie and my little flat chest, I could be a little girl. Or I could be a little boy. I mean, a psychiatrist might have a name for this because I feel like I might be a multiple personality. But myself, personally, I find it kind of intriguing, titillating, even kind of kinky. Well, then another friend of mine came over and she said, Sharon, don't you remember reading about those Amazon women warriors and how they used to cut off a breast in order to use their bow and arrows better? And I went, oh my goddess, I am a warrior. That's pretty empowering. Maybe you want to try it with me. I am a warrior. Yeah. And then I started reading a lot about it, and I found that a lot of the experts say that cancer is 90 to 95% an environmental disease. And so I figure I'm a warrior to speak out against the pollution of our environment. You know, I think it's a message from the star people, the astrological sign of Cancer. Earth people, wake up. Oh, Earth people, even from way up here on the stars, we can see the pollution on and around your planet. Oh, Earth people, your Cancer and all those other dastardly, devilish, dreadful, deadly diseases are coming from all this chemical pollution. Your Cancer is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Those big industries are producing the pollution, the chemicals that create your disease, and then they create the chemical drugs that cure them. Oh, Earth people, wake up. You're destroying yourselves and your planet. We can see the state of Illinois, where they are pouring 54 million pounds of synthetic pesticides on the cornfields and the farmlands every year. If you aren't eating totally organic, you can bet your sweet bippy that those pesticides are ending up on your plates. Earth people, wake up. And you, Sharon Moldover. Yes, you. You are a Canadian living in Canada, and we can see the tar sands, the largest fossil fuel project on the planet. An area of destruction the size of the state of Florida, and growing daily. Oh, Earth people, you've got to stop being led by money, power, and greed. You've got to come together right now under me. Well, okay, I know I'm not that great a singer, but you get my drift. Earth people, wake up and smell the coffee. Apparently they have great coffee up there. Star coffee. Well, I know I've got to speak out against the pollution of our environment, and then I've got to let it go. Because holding on to all that fear and anger and frustration, that just creates more cancer. It's just like me and a friend, we always say, I'm out of here before I get bitter. So, I gotta just speak my truth and let it go. Gotta get back to love, 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 and acceptance. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines for me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Goddess Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thanks all of you. Oh, thanks, darling. Good job. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you very much.